At dawn, my wife knelt at my door with divorce papers after I expelled her for sweet-talking another man on our anniversary. The ultimate betrayal of my trust. Be me, 29 years old, living what seems like a perfect life, working as a senior financial consultant at a prestigious firm, married to Olivia for 7 years, living in Phoenix, making nearly $200K a year, own a luxury apartment in the best part of the city, sitting in this fancy French restaurant. Place has those pretentious crystal chandeliers everywhere. Wine list longer than my yearly tax report. It's our 7th anniversary. Should be excited. Something feels off. Watching Olivia across the table. She's wearing this expensive burgundy dress. Cost more than my first car. Looking stunning as always. But something's wrong. Can feel it in my gut. Her phone keeps buzzing. She's sneaking glances at it between bites. Barely touched her coq au vin. Tell myself it's nothing. Must be friends sending anniversary wishes. Then I see it. Her face lights up reading a new message. That smile. Haven't seen that smile in months. Not directed at me anyway. We're barely into the creme brulee. She excuses herself. Takes her phone. Bathroom break, she says, rolling my eyes internally. She's gone for ages. Way too long. Sitting here like an idiot. Staring at her untouched dessert. Watching the caramel crack and melt. Mind starts racing. Thinking about recent months. All those late nights. Her new friends from yoga class, who apparently need her attention 24/7. That expensive perfume she never used to wear. Some fancy French brand I can't pronounce. When she finally returns, face is flushed, eyes weirdly bright, lipstick slightly smudged, barely looks at me. Then I hear it. This low, flirtatious laugh from somewhere behind me makes my skin crawl. Don't think much of it at first, until I see her expression. Her lips curve into that same secret smile. My stomach drops to my expensive leather shoes. Turn around slowly, looking for the source of that laugh. Man 2 tables over catches my eye. He's tall, perfectly tailored black suit, probably Italian. Rolex glinting under the chandelier. Has that cocky confidence, the kind some guys just naturally have, like he owns the whole damn restaurant. Staring right at my wife. My hands grip the tablecloth. Watch Olivia's reaction. Praying I'm wrong. She holds his gaze. 1 beat too long. 2 beats. 3. My world starts crumbling. Every suspicion I've been ignoring. Every doubt I've pushed away. All crashing down at once. Feel like I'm drowning in this overpriced wine. Can't breathe properly. Without saying anything, reach into my jacket pocket. Pull out this letter. Spent hours writing it. 10 pages of memories. Plans for our future. Everything I love about her. Wrote it with my grandfather's fountain pen. Thought it would be special. Slide it across the table. Watch it bump against her wine glass. Her eyes drop to the envelope. First time tonight she looks startled. Maybe even guilty. Actually looks at me properly. Happy anniversary. My voice is ice cold. Colder than the champagne we never opened. She opens her mouth. No words come out. Good. Don't wait for her response. Stand up. Button my jacket. Hands shaking, but keep it together. Walk out of that restaurant. Leave her with her perfect steak. Her secret smiles. And that letter now feels like the most pathetic thing I've ever written. The walk to my car feels endless. Like walking through quicksand. Hands trembling on the steering wheel. Mind racing everywhere. Landing nowhere. Car still smells like her perfume. Can't stop seeing it. The way she looked at him, like he was everything. Like I was nothing. Can't remember the last time she looked at me that way. If she ever did. Drive home on autopilot. Head full of questions. How long has this been going on? Who is this guy? How could she sit there, act like everything was fine? On our anniversary of all nights, mind keeps spiraling. Going through every conversation, every late night at work, every excuse for me time, every business trip that ran long, every yoga class that changed times. Been ignoring red flags. So many red flags, they're practically slapping me in the face now. Get home and head straight to her laptop. Know it's wrong. Don't even care anymore. Hands still shaking from anger. Know her password. Been the same for years. Some combination of her cat's birthday. She never thought I'd check. Never thought I'd doubt her. First stop is her email. It's suspiciously clean. Too clean. Like someone went through with a digital vacuum. Nothing but work stuff. Meeting schedules. Client reports. Regular spam. Everything perfectly labeled and sorted. Something's off. Remember her phone. Always glued to her hand these days. Like it's surgically attached. Know about this new messaging app. Mentioned it casually few weeks back. Said it was for work projects. Should have known better. Find it on her laptop. Open it up. First name that pops up. Connor. Profile picture makes me sick. Tell myself not to jump to conclusions. Failed step 1. Open the chat. First thing I see is his selfie. Shirt half unbuttoned. Leaning against some hotel bed. Expensive sheets in the background. That smug grin. Same one I saw at the restaurant. Keep scrolling. Messages start casual enough. Work talk, then jokes. Inside jokes. The kind that come from spending too much time together. Getting more flirty, more intimate. Then I see her message. From yesterday. Can't wait to see you again tomorrow? Last night was incredible. Everything goes numb. Room starts spinning. Reality hits like a truck. Keep scrolling. Can't stop. Don't want to see more. Can't look away. Like watching a car crash in slow motion. It's all there. Every detail, every lie, every secret meeting, a whole different life. One where I don't exist. Feel rage building. Pure blinding anger. Never felt anything like this before. My entire body shaking. Can barely breathe. Can't think straight. Want to throw the laptop through a window. Don't sleep that night. Just sit there on our couch. The one we picked out together? Another lie. Replay everything I saw. Her messages. Her laughing with him. Their plans to meet again. Every memory of us. Being torn apart. Replaced by these ugly details. Feel like I'm dying inside. Around 1 a.m. Hear her car pull up. Engine purring in the driveway. She comes through the door. Taking off her heels. Trying to be quiet. Like she cares about waking me. Spots me sitting in the dark. Freezes. See something flash across her face. Guilt maybe. Or fear. Gone in an instant. Replaced with this calm mask. Like we're about to discuss the weather. She's standing there. You're still up? Voice light and casual. Like this is just another normal night. Thought you'd be in bed. Couldn't sleep. My voice sounds strange. Cold and distant. Like it belongs to someone else. Not after tonight. She pauses. Uncomfortable silence fills the room. Can hear the clock ticking. She's calculating. Trying to figure out how much I know. After you walked out. Trails off. Frowning like she's the victim here. I can't believe you left me like that. On our anniversary? What was that all about? The audacity actually takes my breath away. You really want to talk about dinner? Keep my voice steady. Or should we talk about Connor? Watch her freeze. All color drains from her face. Like someone pulled a plug. See the shock register. Then anger flashes in her eyes. Realizes I've seen her messages. Silence stretches between us. Heavy and toxic. Can see her mind racing. Trying to find a way out. Trying to twist this around. Are you serious? Her voice drips with disbelief. You went through my stuff? That's a huge invasion of privacy. Unbelievable. Want to laugh at the irony. Privacy? Finally snap. All that anger breaking loose. You're seriously talking about privacy right now? How about honesty? How about loyalty? You think I wouldn't find out? About you sneaking around with him? She scoffs, rolls her eyes. Like I'm some annoying child. It's like another slap in the face. She doesn't even try to deny it. Instead gives me this mocking little smirk. Makes my blood boil. Look, it's not what you think. Connor he's just a friend. Someone I talk to sometimes. I need someone who listens. Who doesn't treat me like some kind of roommate. Or worse. Each word feels like a knife. Her words hit like punches. Suddenly I'm the bad guy. She's actually standing there, making me the villain. Twisting everything, like I drove her into another man's arms. Can feel my teeth grinding, my jaw clenching, fists tight at my sides. Force myself to stay calm. Oh, so this is my fault? Sarcasm drips from every word. Right. Because our issues justify sneaking around. Behind my back? And what about those messages? Can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Last night was incredible. You expect me to believe that's nothing? She crosses her arms, shrugging like this bores her. Look, we've just grown apart. Can't expect things to stay the same forever. Her wedding ring catches the light. I just needed something different. Someone who actually pays attention. Don't even recognize her anymore. Like a stranger wearing my wife's face. Feel myself breaking down. Every word rips into me. She's not even sorry. Not even trying to hide it. Just annoyed. Annoyed that I caught her. Annoyed at having to explain. Like I'm interrupting her perfect little affair. So that's it then? Barely holding it together. After everything, this is just over? She looks away. Sighs heavily. Like I'm wasting her time? Maybe it's for the best. Honestly, we're clearly not on the same page anymore. 10 years reduced to nothing. Watch her stroll down the hallway, toward our bedroom. Our bed where she probably texted him. Leaves me standing in darkness, drowning in disbelief. Her words echo. We're clearly not on the same page anymore. Like she's writing off a decade, with a casual shrug, like returning a sweater that doesn't fit. Stand there paralyzed. Reality crashing down. Everything we built. Everything we planned. All just an illusion. House of cards falling apart. Move to the kitchen. Need something? Anything to ground me? Grab a glass of water. Hand shakes so bad. Water spills everywhere. Anger flares up again. Red, hot, and unstoppable. Slam the glass down. Sound echoes through the empty house. Need to know more. Can't accept her vague excuses. Can't let her brush me off. Like some minor inconvenience. Need to see everything. All her lies, all her secrets. Whole truth, no matter how much it hurts. The thought hits me. She's probably texting him right now, telling him about our fight, maybe even laughing about it. Sharing another secret joke. Fury builds inside. Can't contain it anymore. Storm down the hallway. Push open bedroom door. Don't even knock. Find her sitting on the bed, scrolling through her phone, expressions somewhere between bored and irritated. Like she's already checked out. Like she's mentally gone, already living in her new life. She rolls her eyes when she sees me. That small gesture nearly sets me off. What now? Snaps at me. Clearly done pretending to care. Hand me your phone. Voice comes out tight, controlled. She blinks, then lets out this bitter laugh. Are you serious? That smirk again. Like I'm some joke she's tired of hearing. You've already gone through my messages. What, didn't find enough dirt? Maybe I haven't. Stand my ground. I'm done with your lies. If there's more, I'm going to see it. Or do you have something else to hide? Watch her jaw clench. Her face twists with irritation. But she hands over the phone, almost daring me. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. Maybe you'll finally get it. You're not the only person with needs. Take the phone, half expect her to snatch it back. She doesn't, just sits there, arms crossed, watching with that unbothered look. Start scrolling, this time with cold focus. Hands steadier than before. Go through everything. Messages with friends, work chats, browsing history, looking for any sign, any hint this isn't as bad as it seems, praying for some explanation. But every swipe, every scroll, just confirms everything. His messages are everywhere, not just flirting, not just casual chats. It's so much worse. It's a whole relationship, a double life, find dates planned weeks ahead, inside jokes, photos of places they've been, places she told me were work events. Find message from last week. Don't know how much longer I can keep this up. Wish I was there with you now. Stare at the screen, each word like a knife, twisting deeper. This isn't some fling. This is real. She's built a whole life, behind my back, more invested in him than she ever was in us. Look up at her, voice barely a whisper. Why? She shrugs. Won't even meet my eyes. Maybe I just wanted to feel something again. You stopped looking at me like I mattered. Ages ago. That's not true. Feel this ache in my chest. I never stopped caring. But you didn't even give me a chance? Did you? You just replaced me. She sighs heavily. Stands up like this exhausts her. Honestly, maybe it's for the best. We both know this marriage isn't working. You can't keep holding on to some perfect version of us. That doesn't exist anymore. Like she's reading from a script, walks past me to bathroom, shuts the door behind her. Like that settles everything. Like conversation's over. Just like that. Stand there watching her leave. Again. This woman, who just dismantled our life, isn't the one I married. Some stranger wearing her face. Stare at her phone. Still unlocked in my hand. Messages with Connor open. Their whole betrayal. Laid out in plain text. Keep reading. Can't stop. Need to know everything. Even though each word burns. Scroll back further. Need to know how long. 6 months. A full 6 months of lies. Of sneaking around. Coming home to me. Acting normal. While destroying everything. Find messages about drinks. About leaving his place. While I waited at home. Thinking she was working late. Dying inside with each new detail. Something catches my eye. Message about a weekend. The cabin trip. Stomach drops even further. She'd show me photos. Told me about girls' weekend. Hiking with friends. Even brought home a mug. Handed it to me smirking. Something to remember me by. That mug's still in our kitchen. Now know the truth. Wasn't a girl's trip. Was with him. Everything was a lie. Bathroom door clicks open. She steps out. Surprised I'm still here. Phone in hand. Mascara slightly smudged. Her expression tightens. Flicker of something else. Annoyance maybe? Or anger. Can you give that back? Voice ice cold. Hold up the phone. Scroll through Connor's messages. So the cabin weekend. With your girlfriends. That was with him? She sighs, completely exasperated. Like I'm a child who won't let something go. Look, it doesn't matter now. We both know this marriage has been on life support. You just didn't want to admit it. Stop blaming me. Voice barely controlled. This isn't about our marriage. Being on life support. This is about you. Going behind my back. Instead of talking to me. Instead of trying to fix things. Hands shaking with rage. She rolls her eyes, crosses her arms. Maybe I didn't think there was anything left to fix. Honestly, maybe I just didn't want to fix it. You think you're some perfect husband? But you're not. Each word dripping with contempt. You're so wrapped up in your own world, always focused on work, on your routines, like I'm just part of the background. Another twist of the knife. Her words hit hard, but don't look away. So you didn't think I deserved a conversation? You just decided to blow up our life without giving me a chance? She lets out bitter laugh. A conversation? What would that have done? You would have promised to change, but we both know nothing would have. I was tired of waiting. For you to see me, to actually care about me, Connor does that. Feel ice spreading through my veins. Something inside me goes cold. Her words hardening me. So that's it. You decided your needs were worth betraying me? Lying to my face? Every single day? Yes. Says it bluntly, eyes narrowing. Because for the first time in years, I felt alive. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Like she's proud of it. Final mask slips off. Seeing her as she really is. No trace of remorse. No hint of regret. Just cold defiance. Don't even recognize her anymore. This isn't about me. About us. This is about her. What she wanted. Doesn't care how many pieces. She left me in to get it. Everything we built means nothing. Hand her the phone. Feel every hope, every ounce of love, draining away. Well, if that's the life you want, then go ahead and have it. Because this is over. Voice steadier than I feel. She takes the phone. Face unreadable. Turn and walk out. Leave her standing alone. Like she deserves. Walk into spare room. Our supposed home office. Never really used it. Just collected dust and broken promises. Closed door behind me. Shutting her out. Mind racing. Feel like I'm having a panic attack. Know what I need to do. Pull out phone. Call my best friend Thomas. Hands trembling as I dial. Rings few times. Start worrying he won't answer. Finally hear his groggy voice. Dude, it's 2 a.m. Can hear him shifting in bed. Thomas, I need you. Sorry for calling so late, but it's Olivia. I just found out she's been cheating on me. Words taste like poison. Silence on other end. Hear him sitting up. Are you serious, man? I don't even know what to say. What happened? Take deep breath. Feel like I might throw up. Tell him everything. The restaurant, the guy, the messages, the cabin trip, every twisted detail, voice breaking in places. Feel anger building again. As I talk it through, Thomas stays quiet, just listening, being the friend I need. When I finish, long pause follows. So she just admitted it? Just like that? She didn't even flinch. Bitterness flooding through me. She blamed me. Said I didn't pay attention. That I was wrapped up in my own world. Like I'm the reason she decided to find someone else. Thomas lets out slow breath. Can hear the disgust in his voice. That's cold, man. Really cold. What are you going to do? I don't know. Can't even look at her right now. Feel like everything I knew about her was a lie? 10 years, then 10 years, and she throws it away like it's nothing. How do I come back from that? Listen, Thomas's voice turns serious. You don't need to decide everything tonight, but you need to protect yourself. This is a woman who lied. While sitting across from you at dinner, she's not going to change overnight. Need to think about what you want. More than that, what you deserve. His words hit hard. Those words strike deep. Been so focused on betrayal, on anger and pain. Haven't considered what I deserve. Like waking up from a nightmare. For first time. Let myself imagine. Future without her. No more lies. No more excuses. No more wondering where she really is. When she says she's working late, feel something like relief. A life where I'm not second choice. Where I'm not blindsided by the person I trusted most. Think you're right. Feel sudden clarity. Through all the chaos. Can't make this work. If she's not even trying. And honestly, after seeing her like that tonight, don't even want to. Then don't, Thomas says firmly. Come stay with me. For a few days. Get some space. Clear your head. You don't owe her anything. After what she's done, feel weight lifting slightly. Relief of having planned, even small one. First steady ground all night. Thanks, Thomas. Really? I'll pack a bag. Be over soon. Hang up. Take deep breath. Steady myself against the wall. Head to bedroom. Grab my things. Olivia lying there, still scrolling through phone. Like nothing happened. Like just another night. Makes me sick. Barely glances up. As I walk in, I'm going to stay at Thomas's. For a few days. Keep voice steady. I need space. From you. From this. She shrugs. Won't even look up. Do what you want. Maybe it'll give us both. Some time to think. Feel final surge of anger. Bite it back hard. Grab my bag. Pack essentials quickly. Hands shaking while folding clothes. Walk out without another word. Don't look back. Just keep moving. Out the door. Into the night. Away from the woman I thought I knew. Each step feels like breaking chains. Toward future I never imagined. Having to face alone. Thomas's place is half-hour away. Takes longer at 2 a.m. Barely register the drive. The passing lights. Music on radio. Everything's just white noise. Feel completely numb. Totally drained. Every ounce of adrenaline. Finally spent. Like I've aged 20 years. Pull into his driveway. Feel decade older. Then when I left restaurant, Thomas already waiting. At his door. Still in his pajamas. Looking more serious than ever seen him. We sit in his kitchen. He hands me beer. Without saying word. Bottle's ice cold against my palm. Silence feels heavy. But I'm grateful. Don't want sympathy. Don't want reassuring words. Just need to exist for a minute. Don't want to explain. Make excuses for her. First time in hours. Can just be without having to process. Without having to react. Let the pain just sit there. After a few minutes, Thomas breaks silence. Speaking slowly. You know, never wanted to say anything. But looking back, maybe there were signs. His words make my stomach turn. Glance at him. Thrown by his words. What do you mean? Thomas sighs heavily. Rubs hand over face. Looks older in kitchen's dim light. It's just, she never seemed fully there. Whenever you'd bring her around, you know? Always on her phone. Always stepping out. Taking calls. Texting someone. Each word hits like hammer. Thought maybe it was work stress. Or something. But there were times. It felt like she was just checking box. By being there with you? Hearing this from Thomas. Known him 15 years. Someone I trust completely. Cuts deeper than expected. Feels sick to my stomach. Think back to all those times. Brushed off her distance. Convinced myself. Every couple has ups and downs. Just a phase. Remember how she'd go out, without telling me. Get defensive over small questions. Snap at me for being controlling. If I asked who she was with. And I'd let it go. Every single time. I thought that was normal. Bitterness in my voice. Thought we were just comfortable. That it was natural. For things to settle down, words taste like ash. Thomas shakes head. Expression firm. There's comfortable, and then there's disconnected. It's not normal. To feel like stranger. To person you've been with. For 10 years, man. Feel that ache again. Hollow space. Where trust used to be. All this time. Been fighting to keep something alive. That she'd already let die. Let myself believe every excuse. Convinced myself. I was just paranoid? What a fool I've been. Thomas takes long sip of beer. Looking thoughtful. What's your plan now? You actually considering working things out with her? Shake my head. Answer comes faster than expected. No. Not anymore. Saw the way she looked at me tonight. Like I was nothing to her. No apology. No regret. Just empty. Words feel strange to say, but they feel right. Finally facing truth. Been avoiding for months, maybe longer. Thomas nods. Relief flickers in his eyes. Good. You don't deserve this, man. Deserve someone who actually cares. Who doesn't take you for granted. And if she can't even feel sorry for what she's done, that's not someone worth fighting for. Sit there while silence settles around us. No need for more words, just quiet understanding. Slowly, numbness starts fading, replaced by strange, painful clarity. Know what I have to do now. This isn't just rough patch, not something fixable, with couple conversations, or promises to work on things. This is the end of something I thought would last forever. Feel weight of that reality, as much as it hurts. Feels like tearing heart out. It's what I need. Tomorrow I'm calling lawyer. Say it quietly, but with firmness. Surprises even me. I'm done with her lies. Done with all of it. Thomas raises his beer. In quiet toast. Clink mine against his. We don't say anything more. Don't need to. Some things beyond words. First time since nightmare started. Feel tiny sense of relief. Like stepping into cold, harsh truth. Finally being able to breathe. Next morning, wake up. On Thomas's couch. Neck stiff. Head pounding. Barely slept. Every thought tangled. In mess Olivia left me with, don't waste time. Sit up straight. Grab my phone. Start searching divorce lawyers. Fingers trembling over keyboard. Just seeing word divorce feels like punch to gut. Remind myself, This needs to happen. She made her choice, just following through, taking back control. Around 8 a.m., Thomas brings coffee, steam rising like my resolve. Tell him my plan. He nods approvingly. Offers to drive me back. Need to grab more things. Before calling lawyer, need clothes, laptop, important documents. Things too numb to grab last night. Pull up to house. Stomach clenches tight. Place feels surreal. Like visiting shell. Of life I once had. Every window mocking me. Steal myself. Push down feelings. Head inside. Thomas right behind me. Solid presence at my back. Half expect her. Still in bed. Scrolling through phone. Like nothing happened. But when walk inside, she's already up. Find her in living room. Sitting on couch. Staring at phone. Expression unreadable. Look, I can't quite read. Glances up as I enter. Face changes. Slips into forced annoyance. So, says flatly. Folding arms. You're back? Yeah. Keep voice steady. Just grabbing some things. Raises eyebrow. Tone sharp. And you thought bringing your friend here was necessary? Little dramatic, don't you think? Her words drip with contempt. Thomas starts to speak. Give him quick headshake. Don't want him involved. This is between me and her. Keep him out of crossfire. Dramatic? Rich coming from you. Try not to let her. Get under my skin. Thought you'd at least have decency to feel remorse. Or is that too much to expect? She scoffs, rolls her eyes. Like I'm boring her. Oh, please. You're acting like this is all my fault. Newsflash. You weren't exactly perfect husband. You ignored me for years. Buried yourself in work. I'm not the only one responsible. For how things turned out, each word calculated to hurt. Feel fists clench, anger bubbling up again. Can barely believe what I'm hearing. She chose to lie, to cheat, to betray everything. Now sitting here, trying to pin this on me. You know what, Olivia? Voice cold and measured. I might not have been perfect, but at least I was loyal. Didn't sneak around. Behind your back. Didn't destroy our life. Because I needed excitement. That was all you... She glares at me. But see something else. Behind her eyes, maybe hint of uncertainty, maybe even guilt. Too stubborn to admit it. Her mask slipping slightly. Glances down at phone. Tapping fingers nervously. Like, it's only thing. Keeping her grounded. I don't have to justify myself. Voice drops to low hiss. To you? You want to leave? Fine. Go! But don't come back here. Acting like you're some saint. You're not. Take step back. Feel strange sense of freedom. Of finality. Like chains breaking. She's made it clear. Nothing left here. Whatever love or respect we once shared, long gone now. Replaced by this bitter stranger. Sitting across from me. Don't even recognize her anymore. Don't know her. Don't want to. Goodbye, Olivia. Turn toward door. Without waiting for response, I'll have lawyer contact you soon. Walk out. Feel her eyes burning into back. Don't look back. Don't hesitate. Each step feels lighter. Thomas follows me out. As we step outside, let out long breath. Feel lighter than have. In weeks, it's over. Really truly over. For first time. That thought doesn't crush me. Feel something like freedom. Gives me strange. Powerful sense of relief. Don't even make it. Block from house. Before phone buzzes. Glance down. Sure enough, it's Olivia. String of messages, alternating between anger and sudden. Forced sentimentality, like flipping switch. One moment, accusing me of being childish, overdramatic. Next moment, talking about how she didn't mean for it to end this way. How she thought we could be adults about this. Can feel desperation through screen. Thomas notices my expression. Lets out low whistle. She's already blowing up your phone? Didn't take her long. Shakes head in disgust. Silence my phone. Don't read rest of messages. Feel dull ache in chest. She's scrambling now, trying to take control. Trying to twist this into something manageable. Something she can explain away. Like putting Band-Aid on bullet wound, but it's too late. Her attempts to guilt me. To shift blame. Don't carry weight anymore. I'm done. Next few hours feel like whirlwind. Everything moving too fast. Call lawyer. Thomas recommended. Lay everything out. Cold factual tone. Surprises even me. Voice steadier than expected. Divorce used to feel like impossible word. Something for other people. Other relationships. Not ones with foundation. Like ours. What a joke that seems now. But now it feels like only solution. Like cutting myself free from sinking ship. Lawyer listens steady. Professional. Asking right questions. Taking notes I can hear. By end of call, feel like have plan. Like got some control. over this nightmare. Afterward, Thomas insists on taking me out, get some food, get mind off things, if only for hour or two, says I look too pale. Head to small diner, kind where coffee endless. Waitress knows everyone's name, smell of pancakes everywhere, exactly what need, taste of normal, something real, something simple. But even sitting here, trying to eat, trying to focus on anything but her, whole thing feels surreal. You're doing right thing, Thomas says between bites. May not feel like it now, but trust me, you'll be glad you did this. She showed you who she really is. Better to know now than keep living in her web of lies. Nod slowly, fork pushing food around plate. Feel small sense of resolve, settling into place. He's right. Spent years bending over backward, keeping her happy, convincing myself. Every little change, every unexplained absence, just a phase. But Olivia's betrayal runs deep. Now that facing it head on, there's grim satisfaction. In taking control, in moving forward, then just as starting to relax, phone buzzes again. Another message from Olivia. This time different. I'll make you regret this. Words like ice water in veins. Thomas glances over, brow furrowing. As reads message, over my shoulder. Wow, she's really showing. Her true colors now, huh? His disgust evident. Stare at screen. Feel chill creep through me. This isn't woman I thought knew. This is someone who's lost control, who's angry, who's desperate to hurt me any way she can. Now knows can't manipulate me anymore, but instead of rattling me, her threat only solidifies resolve. She's right about one thing. Set phone down. Feel strange calmness. There's no going back now. Let her try. She's got nothing left to take from me. Thomas clinks coffee cup against mine. Silent toast, his eyes full of encouragement. Quiet support means everything. For first time, feel something close to peace, like ground beneath me. Finally steady. Rest of day becomes blur. Paperwork, calls, planning. Thomas helping every step. His kitchen table covered in documents. Started process of untangling my life from hers. Bank accounts, shared bills, even simple things, like streaming subscriptions, things we always argued about. Each step feels like removing chain, one by one, lifting weight. Didn't realize had been pressing on me for so long, but as going through last of paperwork, new notification pops up from mutual friend Jenny. Haven't heard from her in months. Someone we've known for years. One of those friends. Always on top of gossip. Always knows everyone's business. Town crier with smartphone. Her message blunt. Right to point. Heard about you and Olivia. Didn't think you'd actually go through with it. Stare at message. Mind buzzing. Clearly Olivia's been talking. Doesn't surprise me, but stings all same. Feels like high school drama. Knowing she's already telling people her side. Spinning this. Whatever way suits her. Don't bother responding to Jenny. Don't have energy to get pulled into whatever narrative Olivia's already created. Moment later, another message, this time from Olivia herself. Heart skips despite myself. Her tone shifted again, like venom from earlier, drained out, leaving only pleading words. We don't have to do this. We could just talk. You know, I don't want things to end this way. Stark contrast to her earlier threat. Feel flicker of bitterness. Rise up inside, mingled with strange sadness, like mourning someone still alive. No better now? Then get pulled into her games? Take deep breath. Steady myself. Hands hovering over phone. Type out response. Olivia, you made your choice. I can't live with lies. Can't live with someone who doesn't respect me. It's too late. Hit send. Let words settle. Each one feels final. Imagine her reading them, realizing she no longer has any power over me. Brace myself for another angry response. Another attempt to tear me down, but instead, only silence. Deafening in its own way. Maybe she finally understands. I'm serious this time. Her empty promises, half-hearted regrets, won't work anymore. Silence lingers, stretching into evening, until clear she won't respond. Phone stays dark and quiet. That's when realize, this is truly over. Weight of everything we shared. The love, the plans, the memories, all fades like smoke. What's left is strange. Hollow freedom. Feeling that's neither good nor bad, just real. Like waking up from long dream, night falls slowly. Sit out on Thomas's porch, looking over his yard. Cricket sounds filling silence. Stars are out, bright and indifferent. To everything happened, like universe doesn't care. Feel sense of relief, even though there's still ache, sadness that'll take time. To heal, there's also sliver of hope. First time felt that today. Thomas hands me beer. We toast silently. No words necessary. Some moments beyond speech. No tomorrow. There'll be more challenges. But for tonight, let myself just breathe. Letting go weight of love that was never really mine to hold. Next morning, wake up to flood of notifications. Phone practically vibrating off table. Blink against light of phone screen. Messages and missed calls. Fill display? Friends. Family. Even few coworkers. Everyone wants their piece. Apparently, Olivia decided to make breakup public, like some social media campaign. Heart sinks as open message from cousin Lisa. Hey, just heard from Olivia. Are you okay? She's saying some pretty intense stuff. About you. Didn't sound like you, I know. Scroll through messages, each one echoing. Same shock and concern. Each one hinting. Olivia's story spread, far and wide, like wildfire in dry grass. Feel familiar, not? Of frustration building. In my stomach. Not enough to betray me. Now she's trying to control the story, twisting it, make herself the victim, like some twisted PR campaign. Dial Lisa's number, hoping for clearer picture. She picks up first ring, voice mix of relief and curiosity. Hey, are you okay? I mean, I didn't know things were this bad between you two. Lisa, try keeping voice steady. What exactly did she tell you? There's pause. Hear her take deep breath. Can feel bad news coming? She said you've been distant for months, that you were practically living separate lives. She even hinted that you were too controlling. Barely let her go out with friends or do her own thing. Each lie makes blood boil, feel jaw clenching, anger simmering under surface. That's not true. She was one going out all the time, not telling me where or who she was with. She wasn't isolated. She was... Pause. Choose words carefully. She was cheating on me. Lisa. For months, line goes silent. Then hear her gasp softly. She didn't say anything about that? No one did. I had no idea. No one did. Say, exhaling slowly. She's rewriting whole thing. To make me look like bad guy. All I did was trust her. And this is how she repays me. Lisa's voice changes. Full of empathy now, mixed with edge of anger. I'm so sorry I believed her. But now I see it. She's always been good at twisting things. When it suits her, I should have reached out to you first. Her support means more than expected. Thank her, reassure her, appreciate her believing me. We hang up, but as stare at messages from others clearly swayed by her story, feel bitterness returning, like poison in my veins, like she's still trying to hurt me, even when trying to move on. Thomas finds me pacing. In kitchen. Scrolling through phone. Raises eyebrow. More drama? Yeah. Toss phone down. She's out there. Telling everyone. I was distant. Controlling. Painting me as some villain. And I'm just supposed to let her... Thomas crosses arms. Expression calm but determined. Look, man. You could go on social media spree. Defend yourself. Tell your side of things. But do you really want to sink to her level? People who matter will see through it eventually. His words hit home. Let his words sink in. He's right and know it. People who care. Ones who know me won't buy her story. Truth has its own weight. And honestly, I'm done letting her drag me into more chaos. She's desperate to control narrative, hold on to power. But truth doesn't need defending. It stands on its own. Yeah. Finally say, feel wave of calm. She can say whatever she wants. I'm done fighting. For something that's over. Thomas gives a approving nod. Faint smile crosses face. Good. Best revenge is moving on. Living well. Let her twist herself. In circles trying to control story. In end her lies. We'll catch up to her. His wisdom hits different now. Pick up phone. Delete messages. Block her number. For first time. Feels like real ending. No more conversations. No more attempts to pull me back into her web. It's over. This time finally free, like chains falling away. Days that follow are strangely quiet. First time in forever. Alone with thoughts. No buzzing phone. No sudden crisis to pull me back into chaos. Olivia's friends and allies stopped reaching out. Maybe realizing her story doesn't hold up. Maybe just tired of spectacle. Either way, silence feels like blessing. Spend next few days settling into routine. Thomas been incredible, giving space when needed, but keeping me grounded like anchor in storm. Pushes me to get out to focus on rebuilding life. That had slipped into Olivia's shadow. Start going for morning runs, something hadn't done in years. Legs protest first few days, clears my head, fills lungs with fresh air. Each step feels like shedding another layer of her hold over me. One morning during run, find myself at park, far side of town, sun barely rising. Stop to catch breath, leaning against bench. Spot older man, watching sunrise. He's sitting alone, sipping from thermos, face calm and peaceful, taking in view, radiating serenity. Something about his stillness, his ease with himself, makes me pause. Sit down opposite end of bench. Nod to him. He gives warm smile. After a few quiet minutes, he speaks. Beautiful morning, he says, voice rich with wisdom. That only comes from lifetime of experiences. Yeah, reply, still catching breath. Feels like good day. To start over, he chuckles softly, gaze fixed on horizon. Sky painted in oranges and pinks. Starting over is tough, but it's also gift. Isn't it? Most people never get chance. They stay stuck, afraid to let go, clinging to past that doesn't serve them anymore. Words hit deeper than expected. Nod slowly, letting words sink in. Funny, say half laughing. Thought I was living my dream? Thought had everything figured out. But second I stopped pretending, everything fell apart. He looks over, eyes sharp but kind, wisdom in every wrinkle. Sometimes things fall apart, so better things can fall into place, but only if you're willing to make space for them. Think about this. Feel weight lift inside, like clouds parting. Been clinging to idea of who thought Olivia was, what thought we were building, refusing to let myself see truth. But truth is, she's given me gift, in her own twisted way, chance to start over, free of lies, free of expectations. That had bound me to her. We sit in silence, watch sunrise higher, casting warmth across park. Morning birds starting chorus. When finally get up to leave, feel deep unexpected, sense of peace. Old man nods, like he understands. Thank him, knowing he's given something priceless. New perspective, jog back to Thomas's. Feel lighter with each step, finally shedding. Last layers of betrayal. First time in long time. Feel like running towards something instead of away. Each stride more purposeful. And realize what running toward is me, person I lost somewhere. Along the way, one I'm finally ready to find again. Back at Thomas's, settle into guest room. Pull out laptop, screen reflects determined face. Sit there long moment, staring at screen. Wondering what comes next, cursor blinking like heartbeat. Spent so many years in routines around Olivia. Our shared calendar, our vacations, our daily check-ins. Feels strange blankness, staring into future. Without her, but it's not emptiness. It's canvas, blank page waiting to be filled. Start with something small. Always wanted to take classes, advance my career. But Olivia convinced me it was too much time, too much hassle. She'd wanted us focused on planning vacations, doing couple things. Her priorities, never mine, gone along with it. Pushing own goals aside, barely thought about them in years. Now realize they're still there, waiting patiently. Like old friends, open community college website, scroll through courses, find exactly what looking for. Certification program. Always been interested in heart beating faster. With single click, sign up for course, hand steady on mouse. Feels like small thing, but it's more than that. It's reclaiming, choosing this for myself, without asking approval, without worrying about anyone's opinion. First step toward new life. Afterward, pull out notebook. Start listing everything. Always wanted to do. Never got around to. Pages filling quickly. Strange mix of things. Some small as trying. New restaurants. Ones Olivia would have turned nose up at. Some big as finally. Taking solo hiking trip. Always daydreamed about. Dreams she called wasteful. Each item feels like step closer to building. Life I want. Thomas pops head in. Raises eyebrow at notebook. What's all this? Asks grinning. Just a list. Say feeling self-conscious. But also proud. Things I want to do. Stuff I kept putting off. Thomas chuckles. Walks over to look. Solo hiking trip, huh? Nice. Sounds like you're finally doing you, man. Yeah. Say nodding. Feels like it's time. First genuine smile in days. That evening, take one more step. Open social media. Know Olivia probably spun her version. Her tale of woe. Her twisted truths. Screen glowing accusingly. Avoided platform for days. Dreading what she might say. But tonight feels stronger. Like armor's grown thicker. Instead of getting lost in her narrative, Simply post message. Short, simple, to point. Starting over isn't easy, but sometimes it's best thing you can do. Here's to new beginnings. Each word feels like freedom. Almost immediately, supportive comments pour in. From real friends, people who genuinely care, people who see through Olivia's lies, know my character, truth finding its way. Feels good, even liberating, putting my voice back into world, unfiltered and honest. First time in months, feel like taking control of my own story. That night lie in bed, feel sense of calm. Haven't felt in years. Room feels bigger somehow. Realize no longer dreading tomorrow or clinging to past. Finally looking forward. Focused on what lies ahead. Knowing whatever comes next is mine to shape on my own terms. Future wide open. Morning sun filters through window, casting warm golden glow over room. Dust motes dancing in light. First time in months, wake up without that heavy feeling pressing on chest. Get up, stretch. Feel weight of last week's. Lifting like fog, like stepping out of shadow. Didn't even realize was there. Body feels lighter. Head into kitchen, where Thomas making coffee. Steam rising like morning mist. He glances up, grins knowingly. You look lighter. Yeah. Say pouring coffee. Feels like it. He nods. We share quiet moment. Coffee maker humming softly. No more words needed. We've dissected betrayal, mourned the loss, picked through pieces of life thought had now nothing left. But moving forward, today decide, is first day of that new life? Check phone, see message from Jenny, mutual friend, who'd been swept up in Olivia's gossip web. She apologizes, says now realizes Olivia hadn't been truthful about situation. Small victory tastes sweet. It's small win, but feels good. No people starting to see things clearly. Type back. Thanks, Jenny. Moving forward from here. Appreciate support. Each word feels stronger. After breakfast, lace up shoes. Head out for run. Air crisp, refreshing. Full of that energy. Only new beginning brings. Morning dew still on grass. Each step take feels solid. Grounded. Like building own path. The anger, bitterness, all of it fades into rhythm of feet. Hitting pavement. Sound like drumbeat of freedom. No longer running away from anything. Running towards something. Something new. Something unknown. Something ready to meet. Head on. When get back to Thomas, start making plans for next steps. Finding own place. Setting up routine. Focusing on certification course. Signed up for future taking shape. Every task feels purposeful, like brick and foundation of life I'm building. There's clarity in each decision. Simplicity and finally, putting myself first. As weeks pass, settle into this new life. Life without secrets. Without lies. Without weight of Olivia's judgment. Hanging over me. Each day easier than last. Find joy in small things. Trying that new restaurant. Taking weekend hiking trip. Even just sitting in coffee shop. Enjoying quiet. With book. Simple pleasures return. These moments, so simple, yet so profoundly mine, remind me that happiness doesn't need to be complicated. One evening, sit alone on porch, watching sunset, colors bleeding across sky. No grand resolution, no sweeping revelation, just steady peace, contentment haven't felt in years, like finding solid ground. Olivia's shadow finally faded, leaving only me, my choices, life I'm creating. Her absence now feels right, looking out over horizon. Know I'm ready for whatever's next, whatever life brings. Sun setting on old chapter. For first time, truly free, and that freedom is best thing ever given myself. New chapter beginning, future stretches endless like open road ahead. Finally walking my own path, no more looking back.